Speaker of the Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas Parliament, Hajjame Manato Ibrahima, has stepped down a proposal sent to the Parliament by the United Nations Women on the premise that it needs broader perspective. The proposal, presented to members of the ECOWAS Female Parliamentary Association (ECOFEPA), is expected to focus and intervene on 5 priority areas: strengthening women's leadership and participation, fighting gender-based violence, involving women in all aspects of the processes of peace and security, the strengthening of women's economic empowerment, and humanitarian action. Stepping down the proposal, the Speaker described the initiative as a very laudable one that tackles the 5 pillars of intervention to ensure they are integrated into the programs of states in the empowerment of women and girl child, saying that these issues can be seen in all aspects of governance in the region and need to be addressed, but that there is also a need for the proposal to go through due process to give it the needed urgency it requires. She invited the delegation to represent the proposal later on the floor of the House to have a broader exchange with all women parliamentarians in the sub-region so that they can feel taken into account in the program. Earlier, the Regional Director UN Women, West and Central Africa, Dr. Maxime Winato, who led the delegation, has spoken of the dire need to collaborate to make governance inclusive for women in the region. Dr. Winato said the essence of signing a memorandum of understanding was to have a framework to engage and bring in first-hand experiences on issues militating against women to change the narratives.
And our collaboration will help inform how best we do that. My last point, Madam Speaker, is that we have established something that we call Civil Society Advisory Group for UN. And the Civil Society Advisory Group is a group of prominent civil society figures that advise every of my reps here on what they are doing in every of their countries to ensure that they stay as close as possible to the women's movement, to women in the country, to ensure that what we do, even though we respond to the UN as UN Civil Servant, General Assembly, Security Council, all of that, but we are still listening to the women and ensuring that our actions are in line with what is good for women.
The president of ECOFEPA, Honorable Veronica Sessi, said the struggle for gender equality is at the heart of planning and budgeting processes at the national level and has been on for decades. She stated that violence against women goes beyond physical punches, hence the partnership will go a long way in solving many of the problems of women, including female parliamentarians.
But we don't have war ladies. It's always warlords. So why can't you make use of us to bring peace in the world? We are ready. It's just to give us the helping hand. And that is why we, the women of ECOWAS, we have thought it fit to push the cause of women. That is why we promised and we delivered.
It is hoped that at the next session of the ECOWAS Parliament, the Memorandum of Understanding with UN Women will be signed after agreement by both parties. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.